WIFTBPN.
Tune in every Sunday. Don't miss it. Live from the West End for the Black People Media Studios. It is the Kickoff Kickback. Join the conversation with the brothers, Eugene, McIntosh, Herb Howard, and myself, Terrence, Tomlin.
We got analysis live from the stadium. The brother Joe Lewis will be following through. We got great guests coming in, players, personnel, people.
Say what? We do our thing every Sunday from 10 a.m. to 12 noon, taking you right up to kickoff.
We picking the full slate of NFL games. We talking fantasy football. Gino got you covered on all the bets. It's a kickback.
Make sure y'all join the conversation. Smash that like button, smash that share button, and continue to help us push the culture forward.
Don't miss it every Sunday from 10 a.m. to 12 noon, live here from the West End for the Black People Media Studios.
There's gotta be some changes made.
I don't know what the fuck be making niggas think they can fuck with me. Stay with a small circle to ensure I stay sucker free. Peace to the niggas rockin', those that truly got love for me. To the women that be lustin' me, they dreamin' of fucking me. Lick your fingertips and rub your clit to this, and let my voice bring you the climax. My raps is more real than any 3D or IMAX. Listen and digest this fly shit like Venus flytraps. Side-eyed niggas that speak on my city, you Chirac. Niggas love glorifying stupid shit, the useless shit in front of cameras, goofy capping, act as if you used to shit. With Max producing shit, how could I fall short? I hit the booth and get the kicking shit of all sorts. Listen, I'm just a product of the inner city. I remember plenty nights, there wasn't any lights and with no dinner in me. I was in tune with the harsh realities of life at an early age. Was used to struggle at an early stage. That made me appreciate the small shit. So now I kick that off the wall shit that leave these rapping niggas all sick. They say jealousy and envy get you nowhere, so I'd rather not go there. These niggas panic when I touch mics, I'm Rudy Gobert. I ain't the type to talk jazzy while hiding behind the screen naming Abby. You pushing buttons or trying to get at me, huh? I'm John Wick with the shit, I'm killing everything. While bitches sleeping on me, I'm setting fire to bed frames. Replacing alarm clocks with time bombs to bomb spots. This onslaught's for certain, these other niggas is long shots. Dousing your mattress in gasoline, it's asinine to try to find a rapper that rap is mean. I haven't seen a rap nigga that worried me yet. So far ahead of my time, I got fans that ain't heard of me yet. I'm not the nigga you should step to, disrespectful. If I address you, won't be no rescue. They gon' have to dress you in a black suit and some dress shoes. Unless you suicidal or glutton for punishment, I'll never choose to rival the motherfuckers I'm running with.
You proved me wrong. This ain't a regular love, babe. It's that waking out your sleep with me massaging your feet, shit, babe. It's that anything you want, I'm only here to please, shit. Baby, you're in my command. Hey, your kiss sends me a shot of dopamine. Oh no, I never had an interest in love until I met you. And I don't know if it's real or is it just a phase I'll go through, but I feel that it's true. We don't need no labels, babe. What we got is something different. We don't need no labels, babe. Lady, we don't need no labels to show that what we have is something special. For sure, for sure. I don't feel it's a one night stand. It's that look you in your eyes, make love in paradise. I one life stand. It's that sweep you off your feet, give you everything you need. Love, that's what I'm feeling. It's that don't pick up the phone, cause we wanna be alone. Love, and I never thought I'd feel this way, then you came along and proved me wrong. Oh no, I never had an interest in love until I met you. And I don't know if it's real, or is it just a phase I go through, but I feel that it's true. We don't need no labels, babe. What we got is something different. We don't need no labels, babe. Lady, we don't need no labels to show that what we have is something special. For sure. Since you came in my life, I see so clear now, yeah. You're so special, no need for labels.
WIFTBPM.
Chip on my shoulder, big as a boulder. From all the years I've been doubted, left out and simply looked over. Like niggas ain't see the massive potential. I see murder weapons wall, you seize a pad and a pencil. I do for self, I learned you worth more when you ask for nothing. Thoughts of killing shit, my brain's a weapon of mass destruction. Nuclear thoughts lead to atomic verses. Me and Max attack with a common purpose. I stole them niggas, you stole out your mama purses. You bitch niggas been disloyal since KB Toys. The streets gave me poise, no Melvins, just a bunch of Rodneys and baby boys. Listen, I'm not the one that you should try your luck with. Get abducted, fucked up, and then left in a rusted bucket, biatch. Sick train of thought, only y'all can conduct it. Just when they thought I was dusted and not a touch, I adjusted, and bounced back like I had Spalding on me. I am God, the clouds open, now the sun's rays is falling on me. To the heavens is calling on me, my shit gon' be elite. Your shit is mystery meat, you say it's beef, but it's all baloney. And fuck these niggas and all they homies, they all is phonies. I'm riding till the wheels fall off this bitch and it's stalling on me. It's alarming these rappers think that we all in the same ballpark. Fuck y'all thought the disrespect is appalling. Standing over the witch's cauldron, concocting murderous plots to help me further my spot. Guess you can say I'm stirring the pot. Heard a lot of niggas think they fucking with the overlord or going overboard. Potent dope that smoke from vocal cords. The key to success is possessing a gift that can open doors. Therefore the flow is nasty like infected open source. You a knight in rusted armor, equipped with a broken sword. Throwing rocks at a fire-breathing dragon, provoking wars. These is more than rhyming words, my nigga. I'm no thesaurus, I'm too complete for you to compete. My shit deep as the ocean floors. But yet I'm barely scratching the surface. Trust me, it's more to come. So motherfucking hot, I ignore the sun. Imagine if Yvonne Thomas ignored the conscience and chose to abort a son. We never would've got to bear witness to this historic run. It's effortless when I spit these descriptive works of art. I hurt your heart with these harsh realities till it burst apart. It's feeling like I'm about to have a great year. I take the fear and hate here and turn it into Shakespeare, motherfucker. Fuck you mean, bitch.
Keep calling me, give you some love and you want all of it. I'm out here working, nigga, get a grip. I'm just trying to touch a million, you just wanna coexist. I say you clingy and you contradict. Give you my heart, you think it's counterfeit. Give you my word and you won't trust in it. What's the point of loving me if you don't know what trust is? I need the ease you give now. Please don't back down on me. I know you've got the attention I need. Put your pride aside for me. Oh, 'cause I need that ease. Put your pride aside for me. That ease. While I'm out trying to get that ease. Know that I need that ease. Yeah. Put your pride aside for me, baby. You're insecure, it's driving me crazy. I'm trying to get it and you keep on saying, you need all my love, it's never enough. Yeah. I put up with you for too long, now I'm over it. You want affection, I need money, I'ma call it quits. That is
Scrimmage. Root coming out like I'm a dentist. Run it. 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 My niggas ain't running unless it's the cash. Get to the bag. Digital dash. My whip too fast. Jimmy Neutron. Bitch, I got a blast. Ain't no discussions if it ain't about dollars. Grandma had choppers. This baby a scholar. I hustle too hard. I need every dollar. Don't want the clout. You can keep all the followers. How you get the sauce like that? Thought he fell off, but he bounced right back. Niggas show teeth, but afraid to attack. The Canic Larry Bird, 33 in the strap. Your boy blessed in, yeah, I bees in the trap. Never been the one to switch teams, we adapt. Had to pay my dues, it's a mean in the day. Fear about the drop, heard they fiending for crack. Run it. 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 Run it.
I ran up a bag today. How about a jag today? Popping outside today. We slipping, we slide today. I got a new glizzy, new K. I ran up a motherfucking K. I left to the motherfucking bank. Right with your motherfucking bank. I felt on that motherfucking cake.
Right back at it like we never left. Hope y'all are ready for a kickback because the brothers are back in the building, ready to get the Super Bowl edition of the Sunday Kickoff Kickback
Super Bowl.
underway. As usual, man, I'm your man T-Time. Riding with me are my brothers Eugene, McIntosh, and Herb Howard.
What's happening?
What did now fin news?
Happy Sunday, everybody. Hope y'all are doing your thing. Let me check in with my brothers real quick, man. How are y'all doing today? What's good, Herb? I know how you doing.
Yeah, let her.
Let me pass the mic to Gene first.
Hey, family, listen, I got to keep it a whole buck with y'all because I always keep it 100 with y'all. I woke up 15 minutes ago.
13 minutes ago.
Listen. I was about to miss the whole show. First of all, I had plans to be here at 7 o'clock this morning for I do, I did, I don't.
Brave.
You know what I'm saying?
Brave.
I plan to be here at 7, right? So I can be here for the 8 o'clock show, then hang out for the power hour with Pastor Keys, and then get ready for the kickback.
Full dose.
It did not happen. It did not happen. I woke up, okay? And as soon as I woke up, I texted brothers. I said, look, I just woke up. Start the whole show without me. I'm on my way. So shout out to my car, right? Shout out to my car because I know it's outside Penn right now. Like, I'm doing like 95 down Lakeshore Drive. G. Like, fam, you don't know it's 10 degrees outside. Why you driving like this? Like, you ain't get to warm me up for real. Like,
For real.
Only reason shout out to my auntie, man. Shout out to my auntie Kim. The only reason she's staying with me right now because she's just recovering from a stroke. She's doing well.
Bless her.
Yes, sir. But she's staying with me, and the only reason I woke up is because I heard her crip walking through. I tell her she crip walking. She got this cane, and so I can just hear this cane just tipping through the crib. And so I heard her crip walking through the crib, and I woke up. And so I'm like, dang, she up early. And then I look, I'm like, nah, it's kind of bright in here. This ain't like 6 o'clock sunlight. This is like later than that sunlight. So I grab my phone. It's 9:53. I'm like, yo, like this is not okay. So I instantly text y'all, run to the bathroom, do the worst whole bath ever.
The essentials.
Okay. Do the worst whole bath ever, and then boom, pop out, shoot. I started my car. It warmed up maybe like 2 or 3 minutes. Pop out, run out. Then I run out my room. My auntie, she like, where you going? I'm like, auntie, I got a show that start in 3 minutes right now. Like I can't even converse with you right now. Like
go.
I'm only woke because I heard you crip walking through the house. Thank you. She's like, oh, it was God that had me walk this early. You see? I'm like, you right. It was God. Thank you so much. I gotta bounce though, man. So, man, shout out to y'all. I appreciate y'all because I literally I had literally woke up 10 minutes before I walked in the studio. Like I live in South Shore. And so I live right at the edge of Lakeshore Drive.
So that's a nice little shot.
Right, once I just get on Lakeshore Drive, I 90 down Lakeshore Drive. It literally took me like 5 minutes to get here. It took me like 5 minutes to do some soap and water combination to wherever I could.
Yes, sir.
Do a Listerine combination. Throwing this, I said what I said, hoodie, and bounce. Like,
yeah.
That was 5 minutes. Driving here was 5 minutes. Swear to God, that was my morning. So I'm feeling good, but I went to sleep at 4 o'clock last night. I had to work last night. I did a virtual hosting gig last night, and then because I don't know how to just host something and go about my business. I host it and then I hang out.
Parlay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just sitting there hanging out in the basement, having some cocktails. I'm smoking some hookah. I'm playing some cards. I'm just talking. You know what I'm saying? Just getting in there. It's 4 o'clock before I go to sleep. So I set my alarm. I said, man, it's 4 o'clock. I got to be in the studio at 7. People I'm hanging with, you ain't finna do that. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm going to set my alarm. Boom. Set my alarm, 7 p.m.
You could have did that in your younger days, I'm sure.
I could have did it in my younger days.
Get a couple hours of sleep.
Now I need 2 days. Okay? Now I need 2 days. I set my alarm for 7 p.m. But I'm good. I'm happy to be here hanging out with y'all at the Kickback. It is Super Bowl Sunday, so I ain't going to complain, man. But it was an interesting morning.
An eventful morning, to say the least.
Eventful, but I feel like, I've been told by, like, my older homies that's the difference between, like, in generations. That when I'm late, low-key, I'm still cruising. I'm going to cruise in like I'm not late. Okay.
See Friday.
I'm gonna get
see
back.
Friday's edition of On the Soil.
Like, I'm gonna get right to it.
Nicki Minaj say when I walk in, sit up straight. I don't give a F if I was late. Like I'm early.
I'll tip my Kelly, what's up?
What's good?
You're
Y'all
like,
straight?
Command that.
So yeah, Herb, I commend you for going ahead and kicking up the speed to get in here, swiftly. So I'm proud of you. I'm actually very impressed.
I appreciate it, man. Because I swear to God, when I text y'all, my eyes have been open for 30 seconds.
Right. It's still blurry. You're still trying
still getting the white, you know what I mean?
I'm still trying to conceptualize the fact that my phone says like 9:53. I'm like,
am I that late?
That's not real. That's not real. I'm like, well, but it is what it is. We good.
Yeah, man. The start of an eventful day. I definitely want to know what y'all plans are for the evening, and how y'all going to take in Super Bowl 55 today. But first, I feel like it's some news that, of course, I want to talk to y'all about. The last day of the football season, and I feel like yesterday we got more news than usual. I want to ask y'all one Bears question, okay?
No.
Are y'all?
He's saying no.
Okay, Herb. Okay, now. But Gino, I knew you was going to be, against it. But I feel like they tried to sneak one in on us last night, and we can't let it fly. Is Carson Wentz the next quarterback of the Chicago Bears?
But you knew this already, bruh.
No, I did not know.
You did, man.
You thought Deshaun Watson was coming home?
No, I don't know about Deshaun Watson.
What did we talk about? What was our conversation for the last
That lady needs to die.
I just felt like Carson Wentz, and even still, that's one of the names, and I'm like, okay, let that sail out of bounds. I know he's going to change teams, but is this the best spot for him? Like, if you're Carson Wentz, do you want to continue your career and try to get back on track in Chicago with the Bears?
Does Carson Wentz have a say where he goes?
No, because I feel like he'll be traded, you know what I mean? And then
he ain't been that nice for the last 2 years to have that kind of player control.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I feel like when you go back and just look at his career over a whole, it's been very disappointing. Nick Foles, who's on the Bears now,
won that Super Bowl.
Took his team to the Super Bowl and won it. You know what I mean?
In his defense, Carson Wentz went crazy that regular season.
And got hurt.
Like those 14, 15 games, he spazzed out. Like he was the MVP candidate, got hurt. Then Nick Foles carried him into the playoffs and ultimately to the Super Bowl.
Got the job.
Which has to suck for any player. Like you've been a star of the team all season, you get hurt, and then they win the Super Bowl.
And he was a rookie, right? Was Carson Wentz a rookie that season?
Maybe his second year.
Okay.
Maybe his second year.
Okay.
But then that also goes into like what I've been trying to tell y'all. And I mean, it's not rocket science, man. This is Nick Foles, Joe. Like, and this ain't the piss on Nick Foles episode of the Kickoff Kickback.
Not enough of that.
Okay, well it is.
Nick Foles gonna get some strays today. Okay.
Yeah, man. I'm just saying, man. That is the ideal situation for Herb could have filled in for Carson Wentz and taken the Philadelphia Eagles to the Super Bowl.
Yes,
that's
sir.
how perfectly lined up that team was.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that team was fired.
You know what I'm saying? So, Nick Foles, hey, man, but we're hearing is going to be Carson Wentz for Nick Foles, Anthony Miller, or Tariq Cohen, and a first-round pick. And then I'm thinking that saying we'll get a second-round pick back as well.
I'm not mad at that package. I don't feel like that's too much. And you really wouldn't miss any of those pieces.
Right.
But I'm still like Carson Wentz. Oh, here we go again.
But then that'll give. Okay, so it's one of two things.
Gino, I'd take Trubisky. I'd take
too.
the homie True.
Me too.
DJ, you hear me? Carson Wentz is somebody that I'd take Trubisky over. Okay?
Good job.
So, I'd ride out with number 10 over Wentz.
But this is, so are we basically saying that we're looking at 2022 now?
if you bring in Wentz, I feel like you're still under the pretense that we're trying to win now.
No way.
You're still on some win now stuff.
Nothing about Carson Wentz says win now.
Well, he's young.
Okay.
He's young, and if he comes in, then what is it?
He's Huff.
He's Huff for sure, but if he comes in, what do you like? It's a win later thing.
No, I'm saying
you're
he's
trying
not
to come in and fix him.
He's not part of the future. It's not like
I think if you bring Carson Wentz in, it's because Matt Nagy thinks that he can fix this cat.
Matt Nagy can go to hell, man. Matt Nagy can't fix nothing.
And maybe it's arrogance, because I agree with you, but I totally feel like this is another instance of Ryan Pace and Matt Nagy feeling like, oh, we're the smartest cats in the room. We can fix this dude. We're all he's missed over the last couple of years. We can run our system with this dude.
I'm glad you said the system, because I think it's fair to at least acknowledge that his entire career he's been playing in this system, right? He's been playing in the Matt Nagy, Andy Reid, Frank Reich, Doug Peterson systems, the same system that Carson Wentz has grown up in this league. And so the thinking for, Matt Nagy, Ryan Pace, say, okay, this is a guy who has shown flashes of, I won't say brilliance, but flashes of being an above average quarterback.
Right.
And he knows the system, so theoretically he can come in.
See, here we go.
And hit the ground running. Is that a thing? I don't know. He hasn't played good ball for 2 years.
Thank you.
He has not played good ball for 2 years.
Nagging injuries.
Yeah, nagging injuries, inconsistency. Like, he just hasn't been playing well. And so you've seen this little bit of a quarterback carousel out there in Philly, to the point where now you got Jalen Hurts, who, no disrespect to Jalen Hurts, I salute him. He's a black quarterback. I want more of those in the league. I don't think Jalen Hurts is that good of a quarterback, though. Like, I'm
glad you said that.
Yeah, I think Jalen Hurts is a good athlete. I think he can do some things.
He did take Carson Wentz's spot, though.
He took his spot. You know what I'm saying? That's the point. And to lose your spot to a guy who's not all that accurate,
yes.
Doesn't really process what he's seeing all that fast, like all that quick, like Jalen Hurts is looking to take off. And I'm not trying to, talk bad about Jalen Hurts. It is just to say that if that's the guy you lost your spot to, and as supposedly a pure quarterback who also happens to be athletic, that doesn't bode well. So I'm not thirsty about you coming to Chicago. I was in my Bears chat yesterday with the guys, and they like, oh,
stop it.
I'm like, y'all is wild. Y'all finna get charged about this? The only time I've ever got charged about the Bears getting a quarterback was when Jay Cutler came out. I was like, oh, we got Jay Cutler. It's up there.
Right.
It wasn't up there then. It's not about to be up there now for Carson Wentz.
At all.
I feel like it's a different scale that Bears fans look at their quarterbacks on. Like, it's a scale of what they've seen. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's nothing but average. It's Huff to average quarterbacks in the Bears' future. So when you throw Carson Wentz into the mix, is he a step above what we are used to? Maybe. I mean, maybe.
Exactly.
And I feel like that's good enough to get Bears fans excited.
Man, Bears fans need to be ashamed of themselves if we getting excited over Carson Wentz. And this is a what have you done for me lately league, bro. Like, there wasn't too many quarterbacks more huffed than Carson Wentz last year. Mm-hmm. In terms of numbers. And then the eye test, because the numbers will say one thing, but the eye test will say something totally different. Carson Wentz is huff, bro.
He's huff. Which brings me to my next question, and I feel like what has to be understood before I ask this question is that we know why Deshaun Watson ultimately won't end up on the Bears. What I want to ask y'all is about the asking price for Deshaun Watson. While we're on the topic of Bears fans, because I'm kind of surprised at what Bears fans have been saying. What the asking price is, what, 2 defensive players, 2 first-round picks, and another player or something like that.
Matt Stafford act?
Yeah, like something like that. For Deshaun Watson. What would be too much for the Bears to grab Deshaun Watson?
Nothing.
Is Roquan and Kyle Fuller and 3 first-round picks too much?
Take all of them. Take them all. Who cares?
I feel you, Eugene, and I'll tell you why I feel you, because the Bears have a history of drafting top defensive players.
Thank you. That's the one thing this guy does right on a yearly basis.
So what's sacrificing Roquan Smith?
How old is Deshaun Watson? 25, 26?
Yeah, he's young.
He will be the youngest cat in this room. You know what I mean? Youngest cat in the building.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
Yeah, he definitely young. DJ 37,000 years.
Yeah, 137 years old.
137 years. Yeah, I just had another birthday again.
I know you was impersonations over here. Herb.
Hey, reach the room and say something, bro. That's good.
Yes, sir.
I'm laughing. I couldn't get it out. Just heard. Look at that.
Oh, that's hilarious.
That boy, wow. Man. That's all I can say.
Nah, I feel you. I think I would pull the trigger on that trade, but I cringe about letting go of Roquan, man. That is a decade Pro Bowl linebacker who can get sideline to sideline and impact the game like very few middle linebackers can.
Very true.
Him, the linebacker from the Indianapolis Colts, what's the dude? I don't know. It'll come to me anyway. He's the middle linebacker for the Indianapolis Colts, and then
Buddy from the Buccaneers, decent too.
Levante David. Levante David is fire. And it's like a couple other linebackers middle linebackers that can play the run aggressively, like sniff out like screens. Roquan is phenomenal at sniffing out screens. Just like Google like 2020 highlights of Roquan Smith and watch how many plays this year he's made just sniffing out screens.
Right.
Where the offensive guard is trying to get up to him and he's like taking on that offensive guard, shedding him or getting straight around him and blowing up that screen for a 3-yard loss. Roquan Smith is a phenomenal football player. I would cringe to get rid of him, but if it brought back Deshaun, I'd accept it.
I feel like that's exactly how I feel. You get a franchise quarterback, it's not too much I wouldn't give up. Period.
Yeah, I feel you.
Hey, man. Get rid of the house, bro. These guys,
3 first-round picks?
I don't care.
3 of them, all
We
3 of them.
just gave up 3 for Khalil.
We just got them back.
So who are they going they going to jag them first-round picks?
They are. I saw everybody talking about us taking the offensive lineman from, I think he's from Vatech, I want to say. His name is slipping me. But a lot of draft experts, I read like 10, 15 different draft experts' opinions on who they think the Bears are going to take, and probably like 6 or 7 of them had us taking the offensive tackle. I really want to say he's from Virginia Tech, but I got to confirm that. But I'm just saying we're probably going to blow the pick anyway. So, yeah, might as well go. I'll tell you what, at 20, we're not drafting anybody better than Deshaun Watson.
There you go. And, I tried to convince you guys all year, man. Y'all talking about championship, Super Bowl defense and all that. It's like,
yep.
All right.
Yep.
I mean, they was decent. They showed flashes of being a contending title defense.
Right.
Championship defense, like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have shown to be over the last 6 or 7 weeks, no. So get rid of all of them guys, man. Khalil Mack, peace.
Woo, now
we getting rid of Khalil too.
I don't care what you get rid of, man.
Everybody for Deshaun.
Everybody for Deshaun. EFD.
EFD.
I knew we were going to get to this point where Gene was going to step over the line.
DJ.
He always
EFD. Mays, EFD.
Like Gino approaches the line, looks at it, and then leapfrogs way past that joint.
You see, I'm saying,
is that the line right there?
I'm like Khalil Mack too, bro. He like, forget that line. I'm crossing it.
Give up Khalil Mack, Akeem Hicks.
I don't even see the line, bro.
Eddie Jackson.
Oh, definitely Eddie Jackson. He can kick rocks.
He didn't even have a pick this year.
Man, he can kick rocks. And remember, like week 11 or 12, he had the nerve to talk about the rest of the defense and how they needed to step up and make plays. And I'm like, well, bro, you act like you ain't part of the defense. And like you out there single-handedly keeping us in games or something.
You are our ball hawk.
Come on, bro.
You are the ball hawk out here.
You dropped 2 picks in the last 2 weeks of the season.
You did drop picks.
Like
he did drop picks.
He can kick rocks.
I like Eddie Jackson, though. I'm not going to.
Me too.
I like Eddie Jackson. You got to give him a chance to redeem himself. But at least right now, you cannot trade Khalil Mack.
I would trade Khalil Mack.
That's the white flag.
If I can get Deshaun Watson, see you, Khalil.
For Deshaun Watson to play with who?
I don't care.
We just saw Deshaun Watson play with
guys he's playing with now.
We just saw Deshaun Watson play with a Huff team. They won 4 games.
JJ Watt.
Huh? And they won 4 games.
Yeah, you're right. They was 4-12.
I don't know. They might have went 5-11. I don't know. They might have won
6-10 at most.
I
Right.
don't even.
Who cares?
That was tough. I know the Bears beat them by 40 at Soldier Field.
Ooh, that was bad. That man got up looking like
He was down this fourth wide receiver by that time, though.
right.
You feel me? He wasn't playing with much, and he still had a phenomenal season. Still put up big numbers.
No, I feel y'all. I'm just saying, man.
I hear
If
you.
this is the case, then you got to do what you got to do to
Go
get
get
this
'em.
guy, man.
Go get them.
If they want what they want.
Tariq back next year. Deshaun and Tariq back there.
I saw they want.
Some
I saw
playmaking
Tariq was
ability.
part of. Oh well, you be talking about.
Oh, they talking about putting Tariq in the trade package?
Yeah.
That's what I saw. Tariq actually came out yesterday with a tweet saying, I just hollered at Matt Nagy and Pace, and they say I'm good, but that's really
Did
the
you
famous
see-
last
That means
words.
he's probably gone.
It's
Did you
famous
see
last
his-
words.
Did you see his Instagram?
Well,
Nah, what'd he do? He took all
did
his
a
Bear
sweep,
stuff down?
right?
Oh yeah.
Did a
He
sweep.
took all his Bear stuff down?
Yeah, he's got one picture of him and his lady.
They gotta stop being so emotional.
Yeah, they do. It's
Like,
business, guys.
These shorties be wilding. Like I got none but respect for them. I salute the athleticism and all the success, but they be emotional as hell.
It's
Like,
business.
oh, I'm taking all my Barons pictures down. Like, man,
On my Instagram.
off my Instagram. Like they wild out. It's like the same thing they do in relationships. Every time you're in a relationship for 6-7 months, I gotta see this girl every
Erase
single day. Next thing you know, fam ain't posted a shorty in a while. Let me look at this page. You done took every picture of her down. Like, man, y'all gotta cut this emotional
he was
crap
posting every day.
out.
Now it's supposed every 2 months.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
not finna do that.
what happened?
I don't have time to. It's too time consuming.
That's
Instagram
the-
needs to allow you to
Period.
delete multiple posts. You gotta go back and individually delete
Yeah, how
every
much
single
time
one.
are you taking?
I
bro?
ain't got
know
time
you
to do
just
that.
spent the last 2 hours doing that, fam.
It's unbelievable. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Nah, and then on top of that, honestly, and it's no shot at Tariq, but you can go draft another Tariq Cohen. I mean, I don't feel like you're
Go get Buddy that had this 800 yards rushing.
Man.
on the real. I mean, and like I
Man.
said, there's no shot at Tariq, but if they want him, that's a piece you willingly put.
That's
in.
real.
Yeah, I mean,
That's real.
So hopefully, you know what I mean. I'm hoping somebody swoops in and takes Carson Wentz off our hands. I hope somebody else tweaks and saves the Bears from themselves. But
Hey,
we'll
family,
see.
y'all know how we be. Y'all know how y'all say stuff sometimes, and we be like, y'all off that jetpack.
Off that missile.
This is us off that missile.
Yeah, it is.
Talking about Deshaun Watson coming to play for George Halas' team while his daughter is still alive. We off that pack. That's not gonna happen. Don't even worry about it.
Stop. I told T, just stop it. Just stop it.
I'm not accepting it, bro. I'm not accepting it. I'm blown. I told you, I'm a very disgruntled Bears fan. I'm not willing to let anything ride at this point. The Bears got to be pulled up on charges every single step of the way, as far as I'm concerned. So.
Carson Wentz, bro. I said, man, if
Exact-
this ain't
Carson Wentz.
if this ain't classic
It's classic Chicago Bears.
1965.
And we're watching. We saw Aaron Rodgers get another MVP yesterday. You know what I mean? And it's like,
Hey, Rod.
meanwhile, the
man,
Bears are
man.
going after Carson Wentz.
It's
With that said,
not good.
enough Bears talk. Am I right? Do y'all feel me?
Always.
No,
He was ready to be done talking about them like 2 months
coulda
ago. He was
hopped
like,
right into the
next
Super
Bears game that
Bowl
matters is
talk, fam.
39 weeks away. They managed to get them one more important game or maybe 2 more important games, but
the
didn't
next
matter.
important Bears conversation after we find out and it's not even important.
Who's going to be the quarterback
Yeah,
next
that's
year?
not even important. If
And
it's
then
not
who we
Deshaun
blow the
Watson.
draft pick on.
Exactly. So yeah, the next important Bears conversation is at least 22 weeks away.
I'm going to keep note of that. We'll see next time we got to
Carson.
dive into a serious Bears conversation.
Carson Wentz.
It's unbelievable.
I'm excited for the night, though, man. I feel like this is a matchup that any football fan would dream of, man. One of the greatest quarterbacks of all time versus another greatest quarterback of all time. It's kind of weird saying that two great quarterbacks matched up against each other for all the marbles. Mahomes on the other side, Brady on the other side. What are the stories within the game, though? Because I got some thoughts on Tom Brady. I saw one of his media scrum videos because everything is different. It's all virtual this year because of COVID and everything. So instead of Tom Brady having 1 million people around him, it was just a Zoom, and somebody asked him about the race issue and how he's able to move within that realm as freely as he is. And I thought it was kind of a huff question and response, but the response was very huff.
What was the question?
The question was, did y'all see the article? I think the Undefeated, well, it was a couple of articles wrote on Tom Brady over the last couple of days about his political affiliations.
See, man, it's why, and I understand But fam,
Mm-hmm.
that's his life, Joe. What his political affiliation has nothing to do with the
the price
football.
of tea in China.
Yeah, like
But see, look, now it's Super Bowl, time, and it's been 2 weeks. They gonna have to
They
spend
need
some
some-
no
time
doubt,
on the
no
storyline.
doubt, no doubt.
And I feel like it's a legitimate topic to talk about with everything that's going on and how freely he's able to
to
move
say that
within and without
I'm with
in
you.
and out the conversation.
with him
this
on that
is
bitch.
America, man.
But it's not though. G. It's America for Tom Brady.
That's what.
right.
That's his
It ain't-
Who
America.
else is in America for?
It ain't America for Colin Kaepernick.
Even more of my point.
So Tom Brady can come and do his post-game
Yes,
interviews with
the
his Make
MAGA
America
hat.
with
Yes,
the MAGA hat.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? He can do all that.
He can talk about his affiliation. He can do whatever.
Trump is my man.
Yes, man.
Like, he can do all that. But,
Yes, brother.
I think it's worth. I think it's worth acknowledging the difference because I think a lot of black folks really think we live in the same world and we don't.
What did he just say before this whole thing started?
What?
Possibly the greatest quarterback of all time. Oh, okay.
Possibly the greatest quarterback of all time that continuously throughout his career has been treated differently than everybody around.
Who else been to 10 Super Bowls?
Nobody.
Who else has won 6 Super Bowls?
Nobody.
But see, now, why does any of that matter?
That's
See, I want to know why any of that matters when we're
It
talking
doesn't.
about human rights, basically.
It don't, because Drew Brees can do the same thing. He's been to 1 Super Bowl, maybe 2. He's won 1.
What does Drew Brees and Tom
Exactly.
Brady have in common?
They white dudes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you're a
old
white
boys.
dude, you can say whatever you want. You can pop out. So it ain't cause he's the most decorated quarterback ever.
No doubt.
He's just a white dude.
Right.
And you
Philip
know what
Rivers
else?
can
But
do
the
it.
fact
Mitch Trubisky could do it.
And you know what else Tom Brady gets
Yeah.
to do that,
He could.
that
Yeah, you're right.
black quarterbacks don't get to do? They get to breeze over the questions that they get asked. It's like, nah, fam, why do you think
Okay, so let's go. So
it is that way?
Let
So
Deshaun Watson show up at this press conference with an FOI hat in his
Cook.
locker.
Period. Meanwhile,
Just
Favre
an FOI hat.
and even Carson
Cook.
Palmer
Cooked.
Carson Palmer should never be speaking on Deshaun Watson, but he's a white quarterback and feels he needs to tell Deshaun Watson,
Just
you
shut
need
up
to
and
shut
dribble.
up. You know what I mean? I feel like Tom Brady, like you said, is the poster child of that BS. You know what I mean?
So what was the question asked? Did you?
It was a softball. I feel like it could have been asked differently, but this was the premise. Why do you feel you get to represent
Oh.
MAGA
Okay.
and a black person couldn't get away with representing their politics?
And what was the answer?
Tom Brady said he doesn't know how to answer that question because it's hypothetical.
Classic.
It's not
It's
hypothetical.
not hypothetical. It's an actual fact
It's
that a
a
black
literal question.
quarterback can never get away with how brazenly Tom Brady was like, "Oh, I'm MAGA. Oh, now I'm not. Now I'm just a quarterback. Now I'm here to win the game."
Who asked him that question?
I would love to know who asked him that.
A white woman. I tried to find who it was.
Right.
Because I'm gonna read everything they write.
Yeah.
I'm gonna read I'm gonna find everything they do and support everything they do because that is a tough question to ask Tom Brady.
It's definitely a tough question to ask.
Yeah.
So
Then especially on the Zoom when it's kind of hard to translate
Right.
anyway.
I was curious who asked it because unfortunately I don't even think a black person would ask that question or could ask that question.
And
right?
you
You
know
don't want
what,
to
Herb?
be that
Oh, yeah,
black
yeah.
person.
That's what I
Your
thought
media-
about this morning.
you're out of the scrum.
It's like either there were no black media there to ask it, or black people were too afraid.
I think
to
they
ask
just
that.
I think they're just too afraid. It's just like everybody expects if this question to come, it's gonna come from me. I'm the only black person here on media day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so can I be the person who makes that question? I think you should be.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
you should,
Yeah.
I think you should stand in your full blackness.
Period.
But that is a tough thing to
Because
ask. a
if
person to do.
not, then
What are you? Yeah. What
you here for?
justice
you're
are you
leaving it
doing?
to the field to ask it,
Right.
Exactly.
and which I feel like gives Tom Brady a little bit more leeway to breeze past it.
So what?
It's like, oh, a black person not asking me
What
this.
did
I ain't
you-
got to answer that.
What did you expect Tom Brady to say?
It's not about
I
what
expect Tom Brady to
expected
say,
him to say.
"Oh, I am a privileged white man in America, and I can do what I want, and I'm rich, and I'm Tom Brady, and gosh darn it, people like me."
Gosh darn it, people like me.
Because I don't even think it's about him acknowledging that, because we all know it to be true, whether he acknowledges it,
So-
whether he says it to be true or not.
So with the question at hand, do you think the when they said a black person acknowledging their affiliation, was that a Colin Kaepernick acknowledgement, or did they was this like how Tom Brady said, hypothetical.
I feel like that's always going to be the easy dot to connect because we saw with our own eyes the differences in how he was treated compared to how Tom was treated, when he had the MAGA hat in the background. You know what I mean? He can have the MAGA hat in the background and everything that represents.
Right.
But when Colin Kaepernick initially kneels in the back of, in the back of the sideline, in the cut low-key, all hell breaks loose.
Right.
Yeah, but
and he loses his job. Don't forget, they stopped his paper.
And then 2 years later, the whole league comes out and says, "Oh, y'all can do that.
Our bad.
It's cool," without giving him a job. Would y'all take Colin Kaepernick?
Cap might be
a couple years ago, maybe.
Cap is cooked.
And
you don't get off the couch and play football.
No.
Yeah, not after this amount of time. And I feel like that's the worst thing about it is that I feel like the owners knew if we play the long game, we're going to win.
Yeah, we just wait them out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't get off the couch and play football.
So
It's not a real thing.
was Cap's stance, is that considered political?
I think it was made political.
Right, because politics can be
exactly.
it's
You
a
had the
wide realm
president
of
comment
politics.
on it.
Right.
You know what I mean? You had the president comment on it because it stoked that white supremacy button for them. It's like, are you standing against the flag?
Right.
And the flag is a representation of all kind of racist.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I don't think, but this goes back to the beach conversation with Uncle Walt the other day. And it's like, well, these guys, they not on that period.
They not.
Because if you honor the minister, then you come out and say you honor the minister. Craig Hodges and them didn't. Mahmoud and them didn't have a chance, didn't have an issue with it.
Craig Hodges say right in that very chair you sitting there right now and spoke on that same thing. Like, man, it was more about me standing on who I am and what I believe in as a man than it was about, cashing another NBA check. And Uncle Walt said the same thing. And he put me on the game so hard because I'm always talking about this thing from a sacrificial standpoint.
It's not a sacrifice.
Man, they got to make a big sacrifice, and they should be willing to make that sacrifice. And Uncle Walt was like, Herb, nah. Like, he was like, nah, it's not a sacrifice, right? If your values are properly aligned where they should be, if your value set is in the right space, then the thing you desire more should be freedom and liberation, right? And so if that is what you value more than money, more than celebrity, more than I am a football player, then it's not a sacrifice to make sure that the liberation advances even at the expense of
your livelihood.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a sacrifice. This is what I want more. And I was like, damn, I've never even thought about it like that. He was 100% right.
He said,
and we've seen that with black athletes over time. Muhammad Ali.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
and that's where it all stems from.
That's what it was.
From the whole Ali demonstration.
The Ali Summit, yep.
And he said, and he isn't the first. He may have been the first, but we've heard this over the years. An NFL player isn't who I am. That's just what I did.
That's just what I did.
A black man is who I was going to have to be for the rest of my life. So it's just going back to what we talked about Friday on the soil with LeBron and them. It's like, man, the All-Star game, this and that. Don't play then.
Right. Stand on it. Stand on it.
What they going to do, LeBron?
Stand on it.
What are they going to do? You already got $600 million. You lose a few million, and okay, and again, it's easy for me to say sitting in this seat to count LeBron's pockets. But come on, man. 95% of the world, don't get me started, bro.
No, you on point. Go with it.
It's like, and this ain't a piss on LeBron thing, but like Giannis, did you see Giannis's comments yesterday about following LeBron?
About how he feels, how LeBron
Come
feels.
on, no, he didn't say that.
You got to let
we
the
gotta
big
follow
dog.
the big dog. No, you don't.
No,
You
you
can
don't.
stand on yours.
You're
LeBron
grown.
ain't standing on nothing. He just said, yeah, it's a slap in the face. He didn't say, I ain't playing.
You a grown man, fam.
Come on, man. Like, nah, bro.
You could do whatever you want. And that's
Follow the big dog.
That's really what I really appreciated about the Ali Summit and that iconic photo that has Jim Brown, Bill Russell,
Luau Sender,
and Muhammad Ali, like that iconic photo. You talking about the greatest, right? You're not talking about that ain't Kobe White at the table.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? No disrespect to Kobe White,
No doubt.
but you're talking about the greatest players to do it. So today that would be Mayweather, LeBron. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Those were the guys that were at that
The
table.
cream of the crop.
You know what I'm saying? And for those guys to come up and say, nah, we here with it. Y'all not finna make my man go fight no war he don't want to fight. You know what I'm saying?
They stood together.
They
You know what I mean?
stood together.
And honestly, that's Gino. That's kind of why I'm not mad at the man Giannis. You know what I mean? Because I feel like even though I have a difference of opinion than what LeBron expressed, the most important thing is that they stand on one square together, I feel.
LeBron don't stand on no square. He played both sides of the fence, though. And going back to what Herb said,
How does he do that with the players?
It's not with the players. I mean, in general. Like, he plays one side of the fence. I just feel like your stands got to be stronger than that. Like Herb said, when you talk about Cassius Clay, Lou Alcindor, who turned into Muhammad Ali and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, we know who Jim Brown is.
We know who Jim Brown is.
What about what he turned into?
Who?
Jim Brown.
What did he turn into?
The old man on the porch. I mean, really standing on the other side today. You know what I mean? But
I'm talking about back then, though. A 70-year-old man, who knows? His head could,
I think he's jaded just from putting in so much work that it's like, y'all get on my nerve. Like, I put in so much work, and here y'all is cooning. You know what I'm saying? Y'all get on my nerve at this point.
See, now I feel like you can say that about what Jim Brown is on right now.
I'm talking about Jim Brown.
He's definitely been cozying up to Massa. You know.
Oh, you saying he? Oh, okay.
And I feel like that. You know, compared to what LeBron and them is on, and I feel like I'm kind of getting off topic because I want to hear what you had to say.
No, it's all good.
Oh, we rolling.
But I feel like what Giannis is on is like, and I know that I feel like most of us will get, you know, a little bit drawn back from the idea where we're following the big dog, blah, blah, blah.
That's not the big dog I want to follow.
But see, now who else is
there you go.
Who's the man in the league?
That's what I'm saying. When Herb says, ain't
is
no
LeBron
comparison.
Not the man in the league, though? Like,
what's the man, though?
He's the face of the league. He is the top player. He is the voice of the player.
He is.
Why waste time coming out against LeBron? Like, what do you gain
Not
from
coming
that?
out. I didn't say come out against him.
I ain't gotta be against him, but I don't have to wait for him to make a decision for me.
Exactly.
See, now,
if I'm not with it, I ain't with it. I don't care what LeBron is.
Right.
I don't know if that's the case, but I feel like what LeBron may express is how most of those guys feel.
I agree with you, but why didn't LeBron? He said,
you know what it is.
De'Aaron Fox said the same thing.
Don't nobody. My mama don't know who De'Aaron Fox is.
Big fact. Mama McIntosh, you know who De'Aaron Fox is?
No, she doesn't,
and you don't need to.
I haven't heard one player say anything but what they've said.
You know why? It's not about standing with the big dog. It's about one thing. It's about the bread. I am like I value the money. And so I'm going to follow the money. And so when they say I got to roll with the big dog, it's not because I'm so loyal and aligned with LeBron James. It is because that if LeBron ain't moving, then I know we aren't really finna shut this league down, right? If LeBron gonna keep playing, the league gonna keep going. And so if he's still going, I might as well keep going. Because if I just drop out, it's just me dropping out.
It ain't up to me.
I ain't the big dog.
I ain't the big dog.
It ain't up to me.
It's just me dropping out, and they'll be playing games tomorrow. It don't matter. But so as long as LeBron in it, I might as well stay in it. And even that is some cowardly stuff, but it just shows you that they're more aligned to the bread than to their blackness. It ain't about that for them. They're not willing to make that move. And Giannis ain't even black. But
all of them.
In that sense. You know, he ain't ADOS. You know what I mean? So
during whatever the 2-day protest they had where they stood on theirs, LeBron was the only player that voted to keep it going.
Right. And as long as LeBron keeping it, the league.
But then everybody else is like, let's get back to hooping, y'all.
Because remember what Pat Bev said. Oh, whatever LeBron say, that's what's gonna happen.
But see, now I feel like as long as players feel like that, they're giving up some of their power too.
That's even more of my point too.
Yep.
LeBron is the only guy in that league with that power.
Yep.
To say, I'm not playing.
Shut it down.
He ain't gotta. I'm not playing.
Okay, now let me ask you this. Do you think LeBron can come out and say, Farrakhan is my homie. I was with Farrakhan last week.
He can't even put a FOI hat in his locker.
No.
Farrakhan ain't his guy, though. And that's what I back to the Tom Brady question.
If he was his guy, he might pull that.
You scared? What beats say, Herb? If you scared, what?
If you scared, go to church, fam.
Church.
I can't go, bro. And again, this ain't a piss on LeBron show.
Right.
But nah, bro, we don't play both sides of the fence.
You couldn't even be closely aligned with the minister and cower like that.
Come on, man. You
The,
see
the
what
minister has
Come on,
gumption.
man.
Like he's bringing it with unapologetically. Like, I am unapologetically black, fam. I'm standing on it.
them niggas know what happened to Mahmoud, bro.
Come on.
They know what happened. They know what happened to Craig Hodges.
They do.
All due respect to the commitment, because like I said, Uncle Walt taught me to stop saying sacrifice. All due respect to the commitment to their value.
Right.
They ain't LeBron. Like Craig Hodges, again, he said right in the studio, chopped it up with us. He ain't LeBron James though.
Hey, Devin,
You know what I'm saying?
Devin said LeBron can't rock with the minister because he worked with them people.
Mm.
And see, that's a whole nother conversation people don't like to have. You know, they talk about the Illuminati or whatever else you want to call it, but hey, guys, don't think it's not something going on.
Yeah, it might be some exaggerated version that you make up in your head, and it might not be that.
Exactly.
But it's something
going on.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody made up a lie for
Other
100
influences.
years. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, man, I just feel like if that's how you feel, bro, about the All-Star game, all you got to do is say, I'm not playing. End of story.
Tucson always say you cannot, and he got it from Uncle Walt too. He said you cannot revolt against that which you love. Like they love the money and the celebrity. They're not gonna revolt against
Herb,
that.
think about this.
Is that Stockholm?
Think about this, Joe. Think about this. LeBron is 36 years old. What has he known half his life?
Yeah, just that lifestyle.
The NBA.
Just that lifestyle. He been there since he was 18. He been on the cover of Slam since he was 14.
So you're saying like basically he's been a product.
He is that.
Yeah, his whole career. Like you see the Hummer.
He is that.
Did you see the Hummer deal and
All
it's the
day.
correlation to the his prime where he went in the Hummer and
All
everything?
day.
It's all business. You know.
He is that.
And I don't have a problem with it, bro. If that's who you are, fine. But we not playing both sides of the fence, bro. It's a value set, man. Money, bro, like 600. I don't know how many 100 millions LeBron got, but I'm pretty sure he's straight for life if he decided
Yeah,
to.
he
If
at least half a
decided to say,
billion.
I'll never dribble another basketball again.
He at least half a billion.
His family is straight.
He probably make more money outside of the game than actually on the
Thank you.
court
Yeah,
these
for
days
sure.
anyway. So
For sure.
So all I'm saying is, if that's how you feel, stand on it, bro. If the All-Star game ain't it, I'm not playing. Next.
Who gonna check me?
Who gon' what's the I said what I said?
Can you whip my ass though?
Yeah.
I don't disagree with y'all. You know what I mean? I got a problem with Tom Brady being able to do that. And I feel like he gets commended for it. You know what I mean? Like, people be like, okay, Tom, go win that Super Bowl now. You know what I mean? And honestly, like, right now, I'm realizing that shit kind of bothers me. You know what I mean?
But we praise Tom Brady.
But see, now I feel like I don't want to go too far in how we describe how we feel about Tom Brady.
No, we need to.
I feel like we acknowledge that, like you said, it is a fact that he's one of the most accomplished quarterbacks that's ever played the game. I don't necessarily praise him.
I'm talking about as far as him being the football player. We don't know Tom Brady outside of that helmet.
And honestly, I guess that's what I feel like that is a knock on his legacy to me, is the fact that he has stood on, I feel like, the wrong side of politics often and not explained himself. Like, that makes me like, yeah, forget Tom. You know what I mean? Like, Tom may be the greatest, but like what they say about the president, ain't my president. You know what I mean? He ain't my GOAT. You feel me? Like,
but this is an issue that I've always had. It's like, why do we look to those guys other than who they are on the field? We don't know unless you know these guys personally, and most of us don't know these guys personally.
Well, because if I feel like what we proved from the last conversation is what you do off the or outside of the game matters. You know what I mean? Like, back then you had to stand like Kareem,
right?
Muhammad Ali. They had to stand on there.
Those were certain guys though. Like, it's not many of them.
It was certain guys and certain times, like certain circumstances.
100%.
The circumstances aren't that different. You know what I mean?
I agree.
And if anything, I feel like the tug of war between players and owners is at a spot right now where the owners are pulling it back to the 60s. They're not even hiring black coaches. You know what I mean? I feel like that's not just a a football issue. LeBron has to come out against it. You know what I mean? Mookie has to come out against it. You know what I mean? It has to be a collective, like you said. And right now, the collective is like, let's get paid.
LeBron got the LeBron 17 coming out next year, man. Mookie just signed with Jordan, bro. Come on, man. Niggas got other things in their vision, man.
Yeah.
Black power ain't it, bro. Equality. Get that word out of
It's Black Lives Matter.
That's a tough truth to swallow, but it is the truth nonetheless.
For real. Black Lives Matter, Gino, for the players.
RBG matters for the real niggas.
Believe that.
Let's take a break real quick. Let's get back and we'll talk some football, man. You're kicking it with Herb, Gene, and T at the Kickoff Kickback. We'll be right back.
WIFTBPM.
Shop at Black-owned and operated Solo Beauty, where you are appreciated and respected. Located at 8158 South Cottage Grove, Solo Beauty can supply all of your black hair care needs. Solo Beauty is open from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., Tuesday through Saturday.
Welcome to Inhale, Exhale, you guys. We are your health homegirls, Dr. Tanks Lee and Danny Time. We are being joined today by a guest, Samantha Allen, who's going to work with us today about attachment styles.
The overview of attachment styles is basically how we connect with people, how we have relationships. And I just want to clear up, it's not just about romantic relationships with your family, with your friends, how you host relationships, period. It's important to look at yourself and figure out, what am I contributing to the relationship, or why am I attracting this style of a relationship? So all the attachment styles develop from your caregiving style. They say that from 0 to 5, you have already developed your attachment style. If you had a secure attachment style, your parents were very in tune with your moods, in tune with your behavior. They kind of soothe you when you cry. For secure, you grow up to be more communicative. You have good communication style. You feel positive about yourself and about others. You just have a healthier, you're able to set healthy boundaries, so on and so forth. And that just comes from the love, attention, and caregiving that you were given as a child, which usually develops a secure attachment style.
So on that note, with healing these things and changing your attachment style, we're reprogramming ourselves. Right. It's like our inner child that is showing up in these anxious, attachments, and we are wanting our way. We're reprogramming.
Drew, why you be doing the boys like that, putting them all in their feelings? I don't know. Shit, I can't help it. Nah, cause I be riding in the new whips. Yeah, and shitting on these haters. Yeah. They say I got a problem, huh? Keep banning these foreign whips. Why you doing like that? They say I got a problem. Cause I keep a bad bitch. Don't flag. They say I got a problem, huh? Fucking these racks up. Don't do it like that. They say I got a problem, huh? I stay designer down. They say I got a problem. Yeah. They say I got a problem. 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 Pulling up a new whips. Yeah, I got a problem. 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 Stay dripped up in the lace. New whip, new bitch. Pockets full, walk with a limp. Ballin' on you niggas like Sean Kemp. New stick, got it on my hip. Stay dripped down, keep a bad bitch. My crib filled with muscle whips. Young flat nigga, rockin' skinny jeans, but Balenciagas on my feet. Pulling up, I'm flicking on them. All the jewelry on me, what dripping on me. My jewels bright like chandelier, like bad bitch. I ride fast whip, got niggas mad with them sad face. Cause I came up, started from the bottom, no hand out, got it on my own. Was a team player, but they ain't show love. Put the niggas on, team full of boss. I'm a flat nigga, yeah I stay sauce, yeah I stay fly. Yeah it's every day, yeah I got a problem, can't hear myself. I fuck us out of women, I drive us out of whip, smoke the best weed, party on yachts. Heard niggas hate, cause a nigga winning, caught the new whip, got a many feelings. I'm a big dog, pop my shit. Got some young niggas that's with the shit. When I'm in the club, I'm standing out, sending over attention. My jury loud, it's a light show. Hope I rinse up, just lit it up. About to steady come. All my bitches love me, all my niggas hustle. Don't love these hoes, I ain't with the cuff. They say I got a problem, huh? Keep banning these foreign whips. Why you doing like that? They say I got a problem, cause I keep a bad bitch. Don't flag. They say I got a problem, huh? Fucking these racks up. Don't do it like that. They say I got a problem, huh? I stay designer down. They say I got a problem, yeah. They say I got a problem. 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 Pulling up a new whips. Yeah, I got a problem. 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 full, had to double up. They say I got a problem, huh? Keep banning these foreign whips. Why you doing like that? They say I got a problem, cause I keep a bad bitch. Don't flex. They say I got a problem, huh? Fucking these racks up. Don't do it like that. They say I got a problem, huh? I stay designer down. They say I got a problem, yeah. They say I got a problem. 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 Pulling up a new whips, yeah. Yeah, I got a problem. 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 Stay dripped up in the lace.
Wellness, and even help you catch things you might not have noticed. During these times, DuPage Medical let us do the same.
You guys have been talking about for quite a while. We had a chance to do this yesterday, and it was a bizarre interview, to say the least, with Super Bowl 37 champion Dwight Smith, who was a part of that team, 2 pick sixes. We all know what he did against the Raiders. But he joins us here in the Ronnie and T-Crash Show as we count down to Super Bowl Sunday. Dwight, Ronnie, and Tom here. How are you? Welcome to the show. All right.
We have to come in right.
There it is.
Oh, is that right? Well, you know, we got a great matchup coming up with Super Bowl 55. Obviously, the Buccaneers are playing on their home field. They're not the home team, I guess. I guess you could say they're the home team, but it's supposed to be a neutral field. But just tell me, as a former Buccaneer, how surreal is this for the Bucs to be in the Super Bowl in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium?
That's a good question, man. I would like to ask some Tampa fans that question because I really don't know.
Well, I mean, this is something that no one's ever seen before. I mean, you're hosting the Super Bowl. The Bucs are in it. It's Brady versus Mahomes. I mean,
it was something I predicted at the beginning of the year. I said if the NFL wanted to have the home team in the Super Bowl, this would be the perfect year. Pandemic, people can't travel, you know, so it's not a shock to me.
How big of an advantage do you think it will be for the Buccaneers not having to travel anywhere? Because obviously, you know, when you were in the Super Bowl.
That's not no advantage. I don't have no advantage.
No advantage? Okay.
No.
All right, so.
That's like saying they have advantage at every home game during the year. So, I mean. It ain't like they won every home game, so it ain't much of an advantage.
So tell me, you know, obviously you're a defensive guy. What would the game plan that you would engage against this Kansas City high-flying offense led by the great Patrick Mahomes? I mean, how would you guys try and stop Tyreek Hill? Let's say this was back in the day. It's a Monty Kiffin-led defense. How do you think you guys would defend cats like Tyreek Hill, and of course that fine tight end of theirs, 87, Mr. Kelsey's pretty dangerous too.
Well, we played cover 2, so it ain't much you would change. You always got somebody over the top. Our key was we had defensive line pressure, man. That's, if you ever notice in the NFL, the teams who win is who get the most pressure on the other team's quarterback.
Well, without question, and you guys were able to do it back in the day, and the Buccaneers might be able to do it against the Chiefs' offensive line right now that's really in shambles. They're banged up, they're decimated by injury, and you might be able to rush 4 and drop 7 and take your chances that way. Is that how you would do it, Dwight?
I mean, y'all know all the X's and O's, man. I'm just sitting at home watching. I don't like to get into that because I don't believe the game is really decided on the field. So, you know, I don't get into all the X's and O's and talking, man. Like I said, I played in the game. I set a Super Bowl record, and we knew every play they was running before the game started. So, hey, who am I to say?
Well, tell us about that week leading up to the Super Bowl, because that was the big thing. Bill Callahan was the Raiders coach at the time. Obviously, John Gruden had just come over. Tell us about that week of preparation leading up to the game and how it was executed by you guys. I mean, you could know which plays are coming. And
Tim Brown and Jerry Rice come out and say that they made them run Jerry Rice. John Gruden's offense.
Yes. Yep. It was his offense, and you guys knew exactly what was coming. Did you know every single play?
They didn't run that offense all year, though. Ain't it odd that you would run it when you're playing against us?
So did you guys know every play before the ball was snapped?
I'm just saying, man, the game ain't decided on the field. That's all I'm going to say.
This turned into the realest interview ever.
Like I said, I predict who's going to be in the Super Bowl. It ain't about who has the best players. Football is entertainment. So what's the most entertaining Super Bowl? The Bucs in their first one against Patrick Mahomes. has nothing to do with if these are the best teams, because we know that these aren't the best teams. The Bucs are not the best NFC team.
So who's the best team in the NFC, in your opinion?
The Green Bay Packers.
But the Bucs beat them at Lambeau, though. I mean, the Bucs proved it. They won there. They beat Aaron Rodgers at his place.
You can say what you want, man. Like I say, the game ain't decided on the field.
But the Bucs beat Green Bay like 38-10 at Raymond James Stadium in the regular season.
You're not listening to me, man. You keep saying
So how is it decided then if it's not on the field?
The Giants won the Super Bowl in 2007. I had two pick sixes. One I took back 93 yards, another pick up there in New York. We beat them 40-something. We didn't have Adrian Peterson. They went on to win a Super Bowl. Like, you go for who beat what and how? Like, come on, man. Stop that.
All right, so how do you see this one playing out on Sunday?
It depends on when Vegas make that call.
Wow.
Who they, how Vegas ain't going to lose the most money.
Wow.
So do you think the Bucs' original Super Bowl that you were a part of and won was illegitimate?
I think everyone there.
If you don't mind me asking, then. We obviously appreciate
they can't
giving us
believe
a little
what
bit
he's
of
saying.
time. Why do an interview for the Super Bowl if you don't believe that it's set up the right way?
Y'all asked me to. Don't nobody call me no other time until Super Bowl come, right?
No, that's fair.
Did anybody, when we got on the phone, say, hey, how's your family doing? How your kids doing? No, none of that matters.
Listen to Buddy, though.
So I'm going to give you my honest opinion.
And I appreciate that. We do.
We do.
I mean, that is our job, though, is to talk sports. I mean, it's not
personal.
Family. So what is your honest?
Fuck to be real.
Sorry.
We understand that. So what is your honest opinion
man, we don't care about
of Tom Brady being in 10 Super Bowls?
Good luck. A lot of luck,
Okay.
Because, everybody say Tom Brady, but if I can remember, there's a lot of kickers kicking kicks for him to make it there.
Adam Vinatieri.
Tom Brady did put him in a position to make those kicks.
So did Jim Kelly, but his kicker missed the kick.
He did. He did miss a kick.
Wide left, wide right.
He did.
He did miss a kick.
So did Jim Kelly.
But it's Jim
Four
Kelly's
in a row.
Or it's not Tom Brady's fault if his kicker do, like, come on, man.
Ever, BT. Ever.
Boy, man. We break stuff down like it's so small. Like, this is the only reason that it happened. Like, come on, man.
So the reason you guys won the Super Bowl wasn't because of your outstanding defense. It was because that's the way it was predetermined. That's what you mean.
He being facetious.
If our defense was so outstanding, why we couldn't beat the Saints that year? Saints beat us twice. So why did the Oakland Raiders say, we're going to go in with the Saints game plan? Because they had Deuce McCall, they ran the ball down our throat. Why didn't they come in and say, we're going to do the same thing?
All right, D.
Now there's no more one to talk.
Well, we don't know what else to say.
We're just caught off guard a little bit. That's
a little bit.
To be honest with you.
Let's talk about the fact that the Lions made Calvin Johnson and Barry Sanders give back money, but they traded Matthew Stafford when he wanted to be.
Yeah, well, hey.
Barry Sanders didn't want to play for John Ross.
Let's not talk about the real things, man. Let's just talk about that. I got you, man. I got you.
Well, Barry Sanders didn't want to play for Bobby Ross, but that's another story for another day.
So
him and Calvin Johnson both asked to be traded. They wanted to go somewhere where they could try to win. They made them retire and give some of their money back.
All right, so let's, for just a second, I just want to get your thoughts on Patrick Mahomes and what he's done at his young age.
Back to the Super Bowl.
It's great, man.
Exactly.
I mean,
back
the
to the
key
field,
for me
sir.
with most teams is let's see how your team performs after your quarterback rookie contract kicks in. After, he's off his rookie contract.
So what do you think about Jameis Winston's time in Tampa Bay now that he's in New Orleans?
Never liked it. Now, back to what I was saying. We watched the Seattle Seahawks be good until they paid Russell Wilson. We watched the Packers go to the Super Bowl until they paid Aaron Rodgers. The Eagles would win. The Rams would golf. So, you got to try to do it while you're on your rookie deal, unless you got Tom Brady as your quarterback.
That's true.
All right, so how do you see this game playing out? I guess you already told us, right? It's just depending on what Vegas wants it to be, right?
They don't believe.
The New England Rams game 10-3, man. Who thought that was happening?
All right, Dwight, man, we appreciate a few minutes.
Yes, sir. God bless y'all. Y'all have a great one.
Okay, open.
Wow.
Look.
Wow.
I appreciate you playing that because I feel like we all, us and everybody tuned in, needed to hear that.
The fact that he kicked like 100% facts. My biggest takeaway from it, to be honest with y'all, was, hey, man, if you out here betting, you better learn how to go with Vegas. And I ain't the
That's
guy.
the story. Yeah.
I ain't the guy here to tell you how to do it either, because I'm not. You know, we think we know.
I mean, is it too crazy? How often do we see this man Tom Brady just go up to refs, shake him up, celebrate with him, celebrate with the ref after they score like he was one of the ones that ran the play. So I'm very glad that he didn't pull any punches and let it be. No, hey, real talk, fam. It ain't just about who's playing the best on today. It's not any given Sunday,
It's a
fam.
money maker, bro.
We've everybody has said for a very, very long time that Charles Woodson fumbled that man.
That was
for
a
the
sack.
first Super Bowl.
Yes.
Right? Fumbled that man.
Tuck rule.
We've all said for a very, very long time that not a single football coach on the face of this planet on 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line with a dude named Beast Mode is going to throw a slant.
Come on.
They got that call.
That dude, what's his name? Malcolm Butler.
Yep.
He jumped that slant like the pass was to him.
Yeah.
Like he
was
knew.
in the huddle.
And all respect to his preparation,
No
they
doubt.
did work it in practice. We've seen the film from that. But even that, you know what I'm saying? The fact that y'all working that, like, and he, like, as soon as the play came up, you saw Brandon Browner look at him and like yo, here come that cross. Like here it comes.
Damn.
And Malcolm Butler jumped that daggone, like, and again, I'm not necessarily saying that, right? I'm not necessarily saying what Dwight Smith is saying, but I'm also not saying what he's not. Like.
When you bring the Vegas aspect into it, my mind goes back to the Super Bowl. I forgot what year, Herb. The first year the Patriots lost to the Giants. 01?
Oh, no. When they lost to the Giants?
When they were what? 18 and 0.
07, something like that.
They were 18 and 0, trying to get the perfect season. And then the Giants come in and just hold it down and win it. That was
regulation
Giants.
That's
Yeah, the regulation Giants, Justin Tuck and Michael Strahan. But was that Michael Strahan's last year?
I think so. He retired.
Eli Manning. I mean, and then, but see, now he had, what about the David Tyree catch?
Come on.
Yeah, the David Tyree catch.
Catch on the helmet.
And the Mario
Manning
head. Like, that was a dime. I don't know how you make that up. Like, that be like, when these conspiracy things come, and I'm a conspiracy theorist, and I don't think there's nothing wrong with it, right? We use conspiracy all the time in this country. But when somebody else got a conspiracy, that's like a negative thing. Like, I don't think it's a negative thing at all. I think Dwight Smith could very well be right. That being said, though, football is a very, very, in my personal opinion, it's just a hard game to rig like that. You know what I mean? Like, plays get made, and it's like, I don't know how, you know what I'm saying? I don't, like, all right, we know what play they're running. Okay, we need to, Mario Manningham's supposed to catch a ball right here. Cool. That ball down the sideline, in that spot, I don't know how you do that. You know what I mean? I don't know how you fake it that way. That being said, I'm not going to dismiss anything that man said. It
was deep, wasn't it?
And it's always when you say something that most people find to be like so far out the box, they like, oh, he's just crazy.
Right.
Like, no. Everybody else could be crazy and he could be right. But when everybody else is saying the other thing, and you saying, even if you're saying the right thing, you seem like the crazy one. It's like, what?
Because I feel like we're just...
They was playing him in that interview.
Yeah, they was like, yo, really? This higher powers that be that make the decisions, right? Yeah, of course. But see, now, I feel like as fans, the average fan is conditioned to breeze right over what could be the changing aspect, like that pass interference call in the last game.
Week, all day.
You know what I mean? That we'll forget about in 2 weeks and won't think that that's what was the call that came in like, yeah, you know what, Tom, there you go. You know what I mean?
We've been saying all season that football games come down to 5 or 6 plays.
But see, don't forget all the times where the Patriots have been accused of blatantly cheating, having cameras on the other side of the field.
Yeah.
You know, and that's crazy as hell, honestly. It's like, we let them get away with that. Come on, fam.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Tom, I feel like cheating is going to surround his legacy, and rightfully so, because the players that played against him I feel like we're going to hear more of that as time goes on.
We want to believe it. We want to believe that it's real because we love the game so much. So when you want to believe something, you accept it, man. You find a reason to accept it because you want to believe it so bad. It don't matter if it's your partner, if your partner is smoking you behind your back, but they give you a halfway plausible excuse.
Exactly.
You're going to accept it because you don't even want to believe they're smoking you. You don't want to believe that football is fake. Like no football fan wants to believe that. So if they give you a halfway plausible reason to accept it, you're going to accept it. It just is what it is. We believe a lot of crazy stuff. I believe in God. I believe that there's an invisible man hovering in the sky.
That has okay. Now
You feel me?
You sound like Bill Maher, fam. I was pissed at Bill Maher.
Bill Maher and George Carlin hit on these things perfectly in comedy, but a lot of truth is said in jest. And I'm sitting here saying this as a believer. Now I believe in a creator for sure,
right.
But even past a creator, like when you walk outside, you see nature and like mountains and oceans and stuff. Like nobody could do that if it wasn't a creator. Like that's not man-made, right?
Yes.
But even from that, but even beyond that, like I think there is an invisible man in the sky.
That is crazy.
Okay,
controlling
watching
everybody's
every
fate.
single thing that I do.
That is crazy.
And he loves me. George Carlin said he loves you to death. He'll do anything for you, but if you don't do exactly what he says, he'll send you to hell for eternity and burn you. But he loves you.
Crazy.
Like I believe it.
I feel
crazy.
Now, even on a smaller scale, now because I believe it too. But even on a smaller scale, all of us was wrestling fans at one point in time. Like I thought Triple H hated Stone Cold Steve Austin.
They don't?
And was blown.
Wait, what are you saying?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, hold on.
Time out. No, what are you saying?
Yes, Kane and Undertaker are not really brothers from some dark side.
What you're not gonna do is destroy my childhood.
Exactly. Excuse me.
Okay.
Dr. Insano.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So yeah, man.
Undertaker lives in a casket in a cemetery somewhere. Like, what are you talking about?
Paul Bearer comes, opens the casket, and they come to the ring.
Sit up. Yeah,
that's Undertaker. What are you talking about?
I totally feel
Don't
you.
do that.
Like I know you know Undertaker.
Like Hulk Hogan really has Hulkamania.
Stone Cold Steve Austin is definitely the baddest dude to ever walk the face of the planet. What do you mean?
Exactly. What do you mean?
That glass break, them beers crack. You can't tell me.
He's the baddest SOB on planet Earth. Come on.
Because he said so. Stone Cold said so. What's wrong with you?
Please, come on.
Don't do that.
The Hulkster has 24-inch pythons, man.
Come on. Yeah,
he
come
says
on.
his prayers and eats his vitamins,
Come
man.
on, man. Stone Cold is the best wrestler. Come on.
See, that was past. See, I'm in my 40s, bro. I didn't watch wrestling then.
You was like Ultimate Warrior?
I was clean.
Warrior was definitely my favorite one until Stone Cold came.
I was clean off of wrestling by Stone Cold by them days.
That was my groove.
I'm trying to tell you.
I knew it was fake by then.
What are you talking about?
It was the realest, fakest thing I've seen.
It was the when Owen Hart passed. That's what ruined it for me.
When y'all don't even understand, bro. I came up in the Von Erichs, Mr. Wonderful,
Legion of
Rick
Doom,
Rude,
Mr. Wonderful,
Warriors, Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff.
Gene said the only Stone Cold he remember is with the $1 Million Man.
The $1 Million Man. Ted DiBiase? The honky tonk man called him Ted DiBiase.
Okay.
You know, Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
Hey, what was the Bushwhackers?
The Bushwhackers. George the Animal Steel. Coco Beware. Bro, when I found
what y'all know about that wrestling life, though?
None, Joe.
R.O. Double knows we talked about that one. I think
R.O. Double about that wrestling life.
Oh, what?
Hey,
she called it
R.O.
wrestling.
Double, man. She is phenomenal, man. She support the network like very few people, man. I ain't never met her in my life.
Me either.
Like, ain't never seen her. Love her.
Trying to tell you.
She needs something, she call me.
That's
it's done.
real, Herb, because I swear, I was like, man, I love the people that
I swear to God,
man. They hold it down with us.
This really feel like family. When I see certain people like pop in, I can go through a whole bunch of names, but I'm gonna leave some people out and feel bad, so I'm not gonna do it.
All day.
But y'all know who y'all are. This is family. Like, this is a real thing.
You see how I kick a piece to the family members, man. It's not fans. It ain't supporters. We don't use them words. We call them family members,
This is the fam, real spill.
Yeah, man, wrestling, bro. Like, I ain't trying to dish y'all because I know how much Stone Cold and all of that next era of wrestling meant to y'all.
Bret Hart Attitude Era, fam.
The Hart Foundation.
Bret Hart was like, what? I hate Shawn Michaels right now.
The best there ever was.
I hate Shawn Michaels right now. I don't like The Rock right now because him and Stone Cold was into it.
I'm trying to tell you.
I couldn't tell y'all nothing about The Rock.
Trying to tell you.
You ain't got no people's eyebrow in you?
Nope, I don't know. I don't even know what that is. I know from my younger homies, that's how I found about. I'm telling y'all, Joe. When I found out wrestling was fake.
Finally, The Rock. Hey, come on.
Do you smell? I know all about. Do you smell what The Rock?
What about the Poontang Pie era?
What was your name in high school when you was at MC?
Come on, Herb.
What was it?
It doesn't matter. What's your name?
I'm like, come on, Herb. I'm like, drop it. Yes. I saw the sound like, dude, yes.
This shows how much.
I was in the crowd waiting like, yes, do it. It doesn't matter what it is.
No, I was a full, man. I'm telling y'all, I totally understand what that meant to all of us, to all of our like
DX and Suck It and all that. Come on. I don't know how many detentions I got.
That's what I said. Herb, you really missed the good wrestling era. Like
that was a
different.
That was a different era. We was telling people to suck it.
You walking around in school like
suck it, like right here.
You get a detention. You might get sent home.
Oh, come on! My parents was getting called. He said, "Suck it" to somebody. My parents looked at me like, "That's that DX stuff, right?"
Start watching that dog in wrestling.
Yeah.
What? Thursday night SmackDown, Monday Night Raw. You couldn't. Don't ask me to do nothing. Don't think it's getting done. Don't call my phone.
I'm in front of a TV, fam.
Think about.
And what's the dude? What's that? Oh, my bad.
No, go ahead. Go.
What's the announcer name? His last name Ross.
Jim Ross.
Jim Ross.
What?
We ran into him. Remember we ran into him downtown, Gino? We were outside of a bowling alley. I forgot what bowling alley it was. Lucky Strike or something. 10-pin. And I was drunk. We was off a couple of drinks, and it was cold. We standing outside, waiting while a couple of the women we were with got their rides. The next thing I know, I see Jim Ross with the cowboy hat come out of the House of Blues or something. What? And I'm like, hold on. You're Jim Ross, fam. Like, I know who you are. He was like, by God, yes, I am. I was like, oh,
I just want you to know. I ain't going to front. I don't even be fanning out. I would have fanned out.
I fanned out. I'm like, I just want you to know. We grew up messing with you. Thank you. He was very appreciative. He seemed like a good dude.
Jim Ross, like, never mind Denzel Washington, never mind Halle Berry, Samuel L. Jim Ross, the best actor of all time.
Oh, my God. That man has a family.
My God, he's like I believed everything Jim Ross said. Like, he's gonna kill him. Like he's
gonna kill him.
Don't do that. Oh my God.
Yeah, for the love of God. Like,
come on.
Like, Jim Ross, come on.
But yeah, Herb, I'm glad you brought it this way because to tie it up, I totally feel like that exact mindset of how they view it is how they view what they call real sports. Right. They still view it through that wrestling lens. They need a villain, they need a heel, they need a good guy, all of that.
Yeah, man.
Nah, I'm from the Mean Gene Oakland era, man.
Mean Gene,
the Nature Boy,
Ric Flair.
Oh man, the Macho Man. Oh man, them boys.
Macho Man, Randy Savage.
Hey, he used to slap the hell out of people's chests.
What?
Okay.
Say wrestling ain't real to that. Come on, G. Mankind, I know. Dude love Mankind, Mick Foley.
Yeah, Mankind was the man. The look claw in the mouth, the sock, all that joint.
Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Gino.
The Junkyard Dog.
I'm with you on that piece. I don't know who Ricky the Dragon Steamboat
is.
Man. I don't know who Ricky the Dragon Steamboat is.
Jimmy Superfly Snuka.
I got nothing for you on that.
The Iron Sheik.
Nothing for you on that, sir.
Please, right now, when you get home, look up the Iron Sheik.
Okay.
That guy's out of control. That's all I can say.
Hulk Hogan and Iron Sheik got a cracking wrestling match on YouTube. But I read an article yesterday on this. They said Hulk Hogan is the most overrated wrestler of all time, and they broke down why. They was like, Stone Cold got the stunner, The Rock has the rock bottom,
got the elbow,
and a leg drop. They was like, oh, you got a leg.
Oh, the leg drop was like, whack.
They like the leg drop, fam. Come on.
Man, Jake the Snake with the DDT.
Yeah.
DDT, yes.
Oh, man, it was some.
Man.
When I found out wrestling was
Sweet Chin music, though.
Oh, come on, Sweet Chin music.
So as much as I didn't like Shawn Michaels because I was a big Bret Hart dude, and they was always
that
into
was his
it.
Finishing,
but the Sweet Chin music.
And you with the kick
Shawn
to the
Michaels
chin.
would kick you in your chin, and it'd be like.
And you would hear it every time,
every single time.
You thought that guy's chin was done.
What chin? He don't have one no more.
You're actually going to be down for the count after that.
Do y'all realize how great?
But first he had to bring the music first. He had to stomp first. Like he had to bring
come on. Get ready before you kick you in your chin.
Come on, and then the hop into the kick. Oh,
you get up, turn around, and boom, it was a kick.
This is how you know that childhood is so pure. Like we didn't revert it straight back to the little boys in this room, and we feeling good.
Seeing it right here. Come on, fam.
I can see.
Must be WrestleMania Sunday.
What I was gonna tell y'all was think about this though. You know
how
sharpshooter
good one, Chris.
Think how popular. Saturday Night Live is like an all-time American classic.
Facts.
Y'all didn't have Saturday. It took it to another level because it was cable and all this other stuff now. But Saturday night's main event, came on
that was
every
before
2
me.
months.
Every 2 months.
Every 2 months, 10:30, Channel 5, Saturday night.
Wow.
That's how Raw Saturday night made. Ain't no more Saturday Night Live with Eddie Murphy, Joe Piscopo.
You don't even remember what you wore yesterday, do you?
Joe Piscopo.
But you remember Saturday Night Live every 2 months, 10:30, Channel 5.
You get to stay because you had the curfew. You had to go to bed by 10 during the week.
BT say I'm just a sexy boy.
Sexy boy. Come on. I'm finna sing. I'm not your boy.
Did y'all have the wrestling action figures though?
Oh yeah. I had the ring. I'm the era of action figures. I had the whole ring with every single wrestler you can possibly think of. Legion of Doom. I had Farouk.
LOD.
Come on. I had
played for a football team called
Legion of Doom, y'all.
Come on. I had
bunch of grown men.
Right.
We wanted our football name to be Legion of Doom. LOD.
Yeah.
Yes, dog. Come on.
Nah, bro, I had
the first video game I had that I was hooked on was WWF In Your House.
Come on, bro.
Man.
Definitely had the come on, man. I had the
Road Warriors. Yes,
I had it might have been a 16-inch Hulk Hogan.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
It came with a cassette tape.
Oh, wow.
With a Hulkster hollered at you. His famous thing was say your prayers. If you wanted 24-inch pythons like the Hulkster, you got to say your prayers and eat your vitamins.
Gino in the grill on his knees praying, eating vitamins.
I want 24-inch pythons like the Hulkster, brother.
Yes, sir.
Man, dog.
Oh, man.
Y'all just took it back.
Hey, we can't have a whole conversation and not at least say Macho Man name.
Oh, right? I said him. He was one of the.
Oh, I missed it. My bad.
The Macho Man.
Look here, brother.
Well, you know something, brother. No, that was.
Wait a minute, DJ. I don't know why you acting like you're doing somebody else's voice. That is your real voice.
That is your actual voice. You definitely got
DJ. You are the Macho Man voice. What are you talking about?
It's the Macho. Oh man, the Macho Man. But I saw an interview with him yesterday talking about how he hates Hulk Hogan for real and how he wants to get it in.
Josh say T still has all of his action figures.
Come on, them ain't going nowhere. Those tucked away.
Tucked in the basement.
Prized possessions right there. They still in the ring. Tucked away. I'm mad I just said that publicly because I think my brother's watching it and been looking for him. Right. So they was technically both of ours.
Hey, BT, go get your stuff, bro.
Damn, bro.
They was technically both of ours, but
hey, to be low key, Joe, Andre the Giant.
Yeah, man.
I used to have nightmares after I watched Andre the Giant.
Real.
I was just about to say that. I swear. Not about Andre the Giant.
I think we might have talked about it.
Yeah, we did talk about it. For me, it was Kane.
We talked about this when I said what I said, I think.
Real.
I used to have.
I thought Kane was gonna take off the mask and it was gonna be a burnt face, like one eye or something.
I used to have have my door open. My mama would close my door at night.
You're like, hold on,
open that.
Open that door. Andre the Giant is not
Andre the Giant is finna be.
Those 24-inch pythons wouldn't help you at night.
No,
24-inch pythons.
You on your own, man.
Andre the Giant was like, I was so scared of him when he would come into the ring, bro.
Yeah.
And then he would step over the top. You know
just
how
humongous.
Yeah, he wouldn't even go.
He would have to step over the top rope like this.
Just humongous, G.
Oh, I was so scared of Andre the Giant, bro. So scared of him.
It was Kane. I can remember this dream. I only remember like 3 dreams in my whole life. But one of them is certainly this WWF dream, bro. I'm in this huge like house, like some Saw type of situation, right? It's dark hallways and all this, and I'm running and I can't get away from all the wrestlers I don't like. So it's like Kane and Undertaker, and they all trying to get at me. But who saves me? Stone Cold saves me.
Stone Cold.
Stone
Just
Cold
flip him
saved
off
me.
real quick.
I run into a hallway and like right when I'm like trapped, it's like Kane right here, Undertaker right here, and they coming. Stone Cold like just pop up and like grab my hand like this way, we this way. And he might like stun one of them dudes. Huh?
Come on, the glass break when he appeared.
Absolutely. And then I was safe and I woke up.
See, it was the Brood for me. The Undertaker was always some next level stuff, but the Brood, remember them?
Yeah,
it was Gabriel, Edge, and what was Edge's brother?
Edge and
Christian, Gangrel. You know, I forgot the
blood baths and stuff.
Blood
remember
baths.
those?
To turn the lights off, and then you wake up, it was blood everywhere.
Yeah,
all
like
over
what the hell is this? Like a blood bath.
We did mention Nature Boy Ric Flair, man.
Yeah, we definitely.
You can't not mention Ric Flair.
Yeah, we said whoa and the slaps on the chest. We talked about him.
Come on.
Right? Goof ass.
Oh man.
Come on, G. Come on. Ric Flair and his rants and his tangents. Classic.
Hey, this was so good. I don't know what we supposed to talk about, but this was so great.
Come on.
Super Bowl picks.
Come on, Chris.
Super Bowl picks.
Right.
Chris Jagger, that's a whole next
Is it
level.
Super Bowl Sunday?
Yeah.
Is it really?
The Von Erichs, man.
Nope.
The brother Kerry, David, Keith. It was like 5. What's the rest?
Nope.
What's the show? What's the show that's
The next thing you gonna say, Jesus, he was there too. He was he was there too. Nobody remember these BC 1000.
I bet you go in these comments
and they on
the Von Erichs are like, it was a family of wrestlers. What Kerry Von Erich?
I'm sorry. I got.
I know y'all don't. I'm telling you.
I feel like it's an episode. Have you seen the Dark Side
That's
of the
what
Ring?
I was talking about. The Dark Side. The
Yeah.
Von Erichs.
Oh yeah. That was a cracking episode, fam.
Because it was
Like
one of
wrestling
those,
was different back then.
I'm telling y'all, man.
Like
the
Muggs
80s,
is actually wild as hell.
The 80s.
Yeah.
80 like the AWA, then it went to the WWF came later.
Yeah.
That was like
the entertainment.
I'm sorry. I think so. Ultimate Warrior might have been my first favorite, but I'm remiss if I don't mention my man. Sting was my dog.
Sting, come on,
man.
And I'm talking about early Sting before he was like white face, big
And
swole.
this is WWF Sting.
Yes,
he came from the WCW.
WCW, right. So I'm saying when he was the white face, that was later with the bat and the leather coat. I'm talking about early Sting, blonde hair Sting.
Flying, just the most athletic. What? Oh yeah, man.
Sting was my man.
Yes.
Sting was my man.
Joe, I turned on wrestling the other day by accident. You know who was wrestling?
Yokozuna, Suge.
Yokozuna. Wow.
Yokozuna. Rey Mysterio was out there with his son.
Now?
Yes.
Flipping off everything.
Jumping off the top rope still with the mask on, flying all over him before he DDT him. That Rey Mysterio. And his son was out there doing it like it was the young Rey Mysterio. It was busting.
Did y'all see Snoop?
I did see Snoop with the...
Herb, you didn't see Snoop.
No, and some wrestling stuff?
Pull up. All right, before we get to the Super Bowl, come on, man. Pull up the screen.
You search it when I see your computer over here, so when I see you
went
pull
from
up,
the
I'll put
top
it on the
rope.
Snoop
and
what?
it was a sight to be seen, fam. I don't know what he was trying to prove.
Just tell me that he wasn't dressed like a wrestler, though.
No.
Are you ready?
Whatever. Yeah, go ahead. I'll see your screen. Whenever you're ready, I'll switch it over. Go
Let's
ahead.
get it.
There we go.
Snoop Dogg performing on the top rope.
Hold on.
Snoop
Nope,
Dogg.
that's not doing it no justice. Because you need to hear the official.
His license? What's he doing
Oh,
in
wait.
there? He's climbing the ropes. What's this guy doing? His license? What's he doing in there? He's climbing the ropes. What's this
Snoop,
guy
what are you doing? Snoop, he's like, bring him closer.
Listen to the commentary.
They're positioning Serpentico. Get him, Snoop. What are you gonna do? What you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Yeah, baby. Snoop Splash. That's not official.
Snoop Splash.
That had to be on the bucket list for Snoop. He's like, I want to drop from the top rope in the WWF, fam.
He's 9 feet tall. He shouldn't be in there.
Hey, one more time,
He shouldn't
man.
be in there.
Please run it back.
What's he doing in there? He's climbing the ropes. What's the guy doing? What the hell's he doing?
What the hell's he doing?
Move him closer. They're positioning Serpentico.
Yo, into the pin.
Correction. Snoop Dogg had the worst finishing move now.
The worst finishing.
Hulk Hogan is like, yes.
Yeah, he like, oh, it's Snoop now, fam.
Then he throw up the West Side.
He waiting there like, hold him right there. Look, fool ain't like, what's the distance on that jump, fam? Like, fam was right under the top rope.
He like, bring him closer. Bring him closer. Bring him closer.
Bring him closer than that. Oh, God.
Jeez, hey, that's funny. That is funny. You can't buy that in stores. That's not for sale.
Snoop knew that was fool. You see how he got up?
Yeah, he did.
He's like, yeah, wrestling is fake, y'all.
Wow. That's good stuff. Thanks for sharing that. That's good stuff.
Yeah. So how deep into it were y'all when y'all find out that it wasn't real?
I cried.
I don't even know what y'all are talking about.
Yeah,
I'm really starting to get upset.
Herb is in disbelief.
I'm starting to get upset. I don't know why y'all wilding like this, for real.
I cried.
What's up, man? We just relaunched it. We finna go live right now.
Okay, cool.
All right. Oh wait, I gotta put this back in. Hold on.
This shit real, that's on baby. Hey, this shit get tragic. These niggas don't want no smoke, no they don't want static. David Blaine shots from this clock, it work magic. If I let this bitch fly, you'll disappear, you vanish. Poof, be gone, ay. Poof, be gone, ay. Poof, be gone, ay. If I let them shots fly, you will disappear like magic. Boy, them niggas fuck niggas, they don't want no static. Fucking with me round this bitch, this shit again.
Uh-oh, what happened?
Okay, we good.
Yes, sir.
So Vegas says, because that's how we starting everything off now.
Vegas
exactly.
says.
That's who really, Vegas.
Shout out to Dwight Smith.
Shout out to Dwight
They like
Smith,
the Wiz. They like,
If
what
y'all didn't hear
Vegas say?
if Alvin said they can't hear.
Okay, we good now. They can hear us now.
Okay. Yeah, so Vegas says.
All we were saying is that they shut us down because we was giving too many state secrets away about wrestling. We can't be telling people that wrestling is fake.
Pulling
so
the mask off a little bit too hard.
Shut it down. They shut us down because y'all was telling too much, man.
In my little Boosie voice, y'all know how plug Mark Zuckerberg is.
Zuckerberg,
I need my Instagram back,
Zuckerberg.
man. Zuckerberg, come on, man. Come on, man. I need my Instagram back, man.
Come on, man.
But, yeah, Vegas says Kansas City Chiefs -3. The over-under is 56. So with that being said, there's no way I'm betting against Pat Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
But I also feel like they got something up their sleeve for Tom Brady, which is why it's -3 +3. So I'm going Kansas City. I'm going Chiefs 30, Tampa Bay 27.
Okay.
Chiefs 30, Tampa Bay 27. And that's right at 57 for the over, right? I can feel that. I am also going to go with Chiefs, man. I think that, there's something about this. There's some Dwight Smithian conspiracy going on about this Tom Brady and his home Super Bowl game and all this. That being said, I just think that there's too much firepower on that Kansas City offense. And so I think they're going to be able to outscore them. Their defense will be able to do just enough against Tom Brady, and I don't think that the Buccaneers defense will be able to do enough against Patrick Mahomes. I'm going Chiefs as well. 30-27 sounds legit to me. That sounds about right. I'm gonna come down a little bit just because Super Bowls sometimes they be a little low scoring, so I'm gonna come down a little bit and say like 27-24.
That's right in the realm.
Yeah.
Both of you guys are rolling with the Chiefs.
Dolo T, it's only right.
Come on, man.
It's only right.
Herb, you knew after you picked KC and I picked KC, Dolo T was definitely about to strike.
I thought you were at least going to not let me be by myself, Herb. I'm going with the Bucks, but it's because even before you played that video, I just feel like the narrative
all day
of Brady being in this game and what group he'll be part of. If he wins this game,
he'll be alone.
Yeah, well, as far as he'll be alone in football, but across other sports,
they say he'll be greater than Jordan.
I see. No.
Oh, come on, we're not going. Come on,
you have to go there. But I think 7 Super Bowls and 3 MVPs. Only like Yogi Berra.
That's crazy.
You know, Joe DiMaggio, those kind of guys have that kind of
Them
resume.
guys got that?
Yeah.
The Yankees was winning all the ships back then?
All the 20, back
yes.
then?
It tripped me
When
out
they
too.
was 17?
7 rings and 3 MVPs.
They was going crazy.
Ooh, Yogi Berra?
Yogi Berra, Mickey Mantle.
Mickey Mantle, that whole little squad. They was crazy.
It's a couple more recent players that's on that list, but that's the origins of that
How
list.
stupid was Yogi Berra? Like, was he really as stupid as they portrayed him to be? Like, they make him seem like the dumbest person to ever walk the face of the planet.
I don't know him past the Geico commercials that he was doing. Okay?
And it was always him being
stupid.
stupid.
Being
like,
stupid, just one word.
Yeah, like what's the number to 911 type stupid? Like,
well, as far as career wise, Rock Marciano said, "In this era, I'm legendary like Yogi Berra."
Facts.
So
facts
says a lot.
Got it. Okay.
Shouts to Yogi Berra.
Exactly. I'm like, okay.
Making his
right.
first
That
appearance.
is a bar.
Making his first appearance in the kickback.
And I'm thinking that might be the first time somebody's ever mentioned
he
Yogi
ain't touched down on the
Berra in
soil.
bars.
Oh, in the bars. Okay.
Yeah, in the bars. You know.
But that's why I don't feel like it has anything to do with the X's and O's, because I feel like it's a given that the Chiefs have the more firepower offense. But I think the powers that be are looking at Mahomes like, you got your whole career in front of you, fam. You're not going to be like Jordan. You're not going to be undefeated in the Super Bowl. Tom is going to go out into the sunset. And you know what? This is crazy, Herb, because I've never picked Tom Brady to win the Super Bowl. I picked the Falcons. I picked the Giants. I'm always rooting against Tom, but I feel like I may have learned my lesson after that comeback versus the Falcons. Yeah. Tom Brady and them, I feel like Tampa Bay are going to be hoisting the Lombardi Trophy at the end of this night.
What's your score?
I'm going Tampa 36.
Ooh.
Chiefs 33.
Ooh.
Wow. 59.
69.
Oh, that's 69. Okay.
A high scoring game. I feel like both defenses are kind of hurting. So I'm leaving the door open for a nice offensive.
You think the Bucs got their 2 guys back though?
On defense?
Yeah.
I haven't heard it. DJ, can you check that for us real quick? I haven't heard of Antoine Winfield Jr. And
just like you saying you tired of like going against Brady and getting spanked. I'm tired of going against you and getting spanked. Okay, I'm tired of being like, man, you wilding with this Dolo T stuff and you come through every time. Like, I should have stopped going against your Dolos when you picked the Jets to beat the undefeated Steelers. Oh my God. The winless Jets to beat the at the time undefeated Steelers. Right. Like, so I'm tired of going against you on your Dolos. That's number. So I damn near want to change my pick, but I'm not.
I feel like y'all don't like the Super Bowl. Like y'all said, anything can happen one game.
Yeah.
The Chiefs are the better team.
Sure.
But I don't know.
We've seen
Dwight Smith said it's all about what Vegas says, man.
We've seen the lesser team win the Super Bowl before. The Giants beat the undefeated Patriots. You know what I mean? We've seen these types of things happen before, so it's a thing. Do y'all think that so everybody's been talking about, Tom Brady going to 10 Super Bowls and that'll never happen again. The way this young kid has started his career, does Pat Mahomes have a chance to go to 10?
Absolutely. I feel like he has the best chance.
He's cooked.
Yeah.
He's cooked? Yeah. He's been this is year 3. He's already been to 2.
Dwight Smith just told you what it was, man. Ain't nobody ever going to be better than Tom Brady, bro.
I'm interested to see where his career goes after he loses Kelsey and Tyreek Hill.
Right.
As of right now, it's only 2 Buccaneers that's on the injury report. That's Antonio Brown and Cameron Britt, the tight end. So.
Oh, okay. So the 2 DBs are
fully
back.
loaded. Let's go. Fully loaded. Okay.
Antoine Winfield Jr. Antoine Winfield. Matter of fact, didn't his daddy light Tom Brady up?
Yeah. Yes. Yep. Didn't he play for the Bills, right?
For the Buffalo Bills, and he lit TB12 up on the sideline. Yes. This was early in Tom Brady's career. He's scrambling out, trying to roll out to his right, and because he's the most unathletic person to ever play quarterback.
Truth.
He couldn't even get to the sideline fast enough. And he's like tiptoeing, and Antoine Winfield came up and, to Tom Brady's credit, he got right up. But I'm talking about this was a vicious, vicious hit. Antoine Winfield came up and laid the lumber on dude. Like, laid him out on that sideline.
Well, I think what you said is key about Pat Mahomes, man, because, Travis Kelsey and those other guys, Tom Brady has shown over the years that all you got to do is give me a complimentary set of guys, and I'll take us there.
That's real.
But obviously what you said too, Herb, about the New England Patriots as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like we always talk about going back to the Miami Heat and how the structure of the organization, let alone, when you get down to the coaches and all of that stuff, it's just
the whole thing is set.
Yes, it's set.
Who is Eric Spoelstra? Don't matter.
Doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? This was the video guy 2 years before he became the championship head coach. So it's all about that. I feel like that's played a huge part in Tom Brady's success. But then again, he showed, all right, I'm out of here. Take me to Tampa Bay. Just throw a couple extra guys around me, and I'll take us there. So that's what's going to be interesting about Pat Mahomes going forward. When there ain't no more Travis Kelce, when there ain't no more what's our guy on the outside?
Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill. Maybe Tyreek Hill can stick around for.
He's young.
He can be the Jerry Rice to his Joe
It's
Montana.
a business.
Speed is his whole game.
His whole game.
So when he loses a step, he's gonna he's not gonna play for very long.
Randy Moss played for the Patriots, and what I mean, one day
23 touchdowns.
I do think Pat Mahomes is capable though. There's no doubt about that. I think he's more than capable to be that next guy. But yeah, I definitely think it's set up. It's just like Mike. It's like I don't think there'll ever be another guy who leads his team to consecutive three-peats.
Yeah,
and he's the MVP.
All 6 of them joints.
I just think that's rare territory.
Just to win every championship game or series that you're in is crazy. Derek Jeter and them lost some World Series.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like,
and there's no knock. It's like, okay, you lost, but Jordan just set a whole nother standard, fam.
Like, if I'm here, I'm taking this trophy home. Like, you wilding.
You know what? You can hide the MVP this year, but I'm gonna take the Finals MVP.
That was the worst thing that happened to the Jazz when they gave Carmelo the MVP.
Yeah, Mike
extra.
Okay.
Barkley too. 93.
93. Bart gave it to
Chuck,
Barkley.
You my man. Hey man, hey D Stern. I don't give it to Chuck, man. That's cool.
I was watching some clips from Last Dance just yesterday, and I was watching the one with GP was talking about how the series kind of shifted. The 96 series shifted when they put him on Jordan. When they finally let him come, he was like, I was beating him up. I was banging on him. I was banging him by. I'm wearing him down. Mike laughed so like a gut laugh, like ha, like what? He was like, man, the glove wasn't no problem for me.
Boy,
man.
y'all people was cooked 4-2.
Yeah, he like I wish we did it earlier in the series. We might have changed some things. I don't know if we'd have won. Like, man, stop it, fam.
Mike would have went for 30.
Stop it.
To their credit, that was the lowest points per game total in the 6 championships.
Yeah,
but it was still no contest.
I was about to say, was that Mike's
That was the 72-10 team.
Yeah, I was about to say, was that the one they knew they was getting?
The one that half the season, you catch about 8 minutes in the fourth, you catch Mike and Scotty at the end of the
fully
bench.
iced up.
Come on.
It wasn't even cool.
You see, now Mahomes has, I feel like he has a chance of being the Jordan of the NFL.
No doubt.
I feel like he's already affecting the younger section of the NFL fans. They want to look like, you've seen the State Farm commercial, the Mahomes cut.
Right.
I feel like he's capturing the essence. Yeah, exactly. The Mahomes, he's capturing the essence.
When you talk about that,
and he's doing it on the field.
That's what I'm getting at. So he can't lose any. If we're talking about,
on Jordan standards, I feel like in the NFL it's kind of different because it's one game. You know what I mean?
You can't lose that game though.
I feel that, but see now, Tom getting it.
Or call 773-912-3545. 773-912-3545. Okay.
They in there. They gonna come on at 05. And why the fuck is this clock in here fast now? That's stupid as shit. Did check my phone? Damn. Why not? Oh, I know why.
I put up with you for too long. Now I'm over it. You want affection, I need mine.